them to advise everyone to utilize yung oras natin kahapon to do that narrative report. And today, we're going to have it discussed or have it presented individually. Okay? So as a mode of checking ngayon ng attendance, I hope everyone is present. What were the questions nga for the narrative report? Leia, please.
Ano po, sir? What is research for you?
Mm-mm.
And yung second po ay, what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? And the third is, with your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of research would you use and why?
Okay. So basically, those are the elements or components of the narrative that you need to present today. Okay? Sino ang president si Servo, di ba? Miss Servo, if you're around, or kapag wala siya, please advise her. I would be needing the exact list nung naka-enroll sa research and medical surgical. Pahingi naman ako, pasend ako sa messenger. So for today, 35 tayong present. So, iisa-isahin ko kayo. You are given 2 minutes each. Okay? 2 minutes each. Okay? To present your answer. Okay? So, how would I like you to present your answer to those questions? I would like you to present the answer to your questions as if you are convincing me. Okay? As if you're convincing me that there's this certain area that I'm choosing to study to is actually important. Mahalaga siyang pag-aralan. So imagine that you are parang sumasakay ka sa isang elevator and then nakasama mo doon si CEO or kung sino mang boss mo, and then you have to present a certain concept or ideas, and dapat bago kayo maghiwalay dun sa elevator na yun, ma-convince mo siya. Okay? So, yun. You will be giving only 2 minutes to present your answers. Okay? And then let's see. Okay? I'm trying to see kung paano ko rin igigiya itong research sa inyo, because basically, the way I have learned it before, lectures muna, and then that's the time na magagawa na tayo. But, hindi ko kasi alam kung tutugma pa yung oras at yung panahon natin sa paggawa. So, pipiliin ko sana hopefully by next week, madiscuss ko na lahat ng mga elements. Or kung hindi ko ma-discuss ang elements, well, at least let's start writing na. And then while writing your manuscript, doon ko na ipapasok yung discussions habang meron tayong consultations kung tama ba yung writing niyo. But of course, you'll get to know that by next week. Okay? Kasi tinatansya ko pa yung oras. And I'm also thinking, for your medical surgical nursing, plano kong i-lift muna yung meetings natin for this whole week. Okay? Para yung oras nyo sa medical and surgical, that would be your time para matapos nyo yung PowerPoint presentations ng diseases and as well as the written report. And then probably you can submit that to me. Pasok na ng by next week. Okay? So, mamaya pag-usapan natin yan. Okay. So, let's start. You'll be given only 2 minutes to answer the questions. So, I will start with Tao Bunyen. Take note of this, dapat alam niyo yung pagkakasunod-sunod. Tao Bunyen, Perea, Laksamana, Almendra, Cervera, Kagiya, Evangelista. Sino si Aurora? Samosa?
Si Jansian, sir. Si Jansian.
Okay. Account ang mami niya, gamit niya.
Hindi po.
Okay. Ha? And then, Samosa? Ba't account ni mami mo gamit mo?
Ano po, hindi na po nakapagpalit ng ano ako. Nagmamadali na po. Patan ko, sir.
Okay.
Wait lang po. Patan ko. Sir, please.
Samosa and then alinsunurin. Perea. Erdao. Molina. Hina. Vides. Reyes. Dauden. Wait lang. Irene. Anong apelido ni Ma'am Irene? Nakalimutan ko na. Vergara. Ano apelido ni Irene ulit?
Martinez po.
Ay, so, after ni Vergara Martinez, sorry And then, sabog pala to. Habes Amis, Haka, Rodriguez, Guillen, Redondo, Regala, Atabilisma, Decano, Servo, Nacario, Perez, Yokte, and then Condarilla, Parabuak, Dalus, Marasigan, Tubilla. Is there anyone na hindi ko natawag?
Sir, ako po, Salazar.
Salazar, ikaw yung dulo. Nasundan niyo
Sir
sa
Perea po.
Nabanggit ko din.
Dalawang beses po yung Perea eh.
Dalawang beses yung Perea. Yung pangalawang Perea. Okay, sige. Kasi actually pinagbabasehan ko lang naman dito kung sino yung magkakasunod-sunod. Kaya lang nag-rumble pala to. So, let's do it this way. When I ask someone to answer, you call who's next. Is that okay? Of course, that's okay.
G po,
Right?
sir.
That's okay. Rules is rules. And I set the rule. Okay? So, yun ang gagawin natin. So, I need you to present nyo dito sa screen, ha? You show your written report and then discuss it for 2 minutes only. Okay? For 2 minutes only. Dapat in 2 minutes, nakapasok na dun yung what is research in your own words. And then if there is an area in nursing that you would like to study as area for your research, what it is and why. And then, of course, how would you like it to be studied and why? Anong methodology and paradigm of nursing you're going to use. Okay? So yung una, sabi ko nga si Tao Bunyen. So Tao Bunyen, can you hear me?
Sige. Apo.
2 minutes only. Your timer starts now.
Sir, wait lang po, sir. Nasa phone. Lipat po ako sa PC, sir. Wait lang po.
Aba, Tao Bunyen.
Sir Pang po. Wait lang po. Share?
Okay.
Kita po ba?
Kita naman. Your timer starts now.
Okay. So, hi po. So what is research for me? I believe research is like a series of doors. It is never ending, and every time you conduct a research, new opportunities arrive and new doors get opened. And I would like to conduct my research in the emergency area of nursing because I really enjoy adrenaline, and the unpredictability of situations in an emergency room is fascinating to me. And ER nurses are usually the front line in emergency situations, of course, and in dealing with critically ill patients. And I believe conducting a research in order to develop a treatment or a solution or a way for ER nurses to be a lot more effective than they are now will truly help in future situations or in cases where, like, we need to be able to do better in general.
Yes.
When working, when in the ER, what makes it tough also makes it rewarding. If I were given a chance to do a research in the emergency area of nursing, I would use the method of mixed method. I would mix all the methods of research like surveys, interviews, observations, And the paradigm I would use is the pragmatic approach in which the method used is what is best suited for the research problem. I believe this method and paradigm will be the most effective way of conducting my research because it gives a broad spectrum of ideas and solutions that I can arrive with. Thank you po.
Thank you. That's 2 minutes. May I ask, why pragmatic?
Kasi sir, when I researched po sir, the definition of the pragmatic approach to research states that it mixes the different paradigms of research and it gives the researcher freedom po in conducting his or her own research. So it's not limiting po, and I think if that's the way I'm going to conduct my research, mas marami po akong ma-meet na solutions or ideas po.
Okay. Thank you for that wonderful answer,
Thank you
Tao
po.
Bonien. Who is next to you?
I choose Jessa po.
Jessa Redondo?
Ah.
Okay. Redondo, you're next. Redondo? Wala si Redondo? Choose another.
Si Migs po. Jessa.
Condorilla. Condorilla, next. Condorilla. Redondo, Condorilla, not present.
Present, sir, present.
Condorilla.
Sir,
Nawawala
wait
yung
lang po,
internet
sir.
kasi.
Nag-ano po kasi yung signal.
Nawawala yung
Nag-exit
internet.
po kasi ng
Teka lang
kusa.
po.
Ako na po ba,
Hopefully, ikaw na muna sana.
sir?
Yes. Hello?
Present po,
Redondo,
sir.
Condorilla.
Present.
Redondo, ikaw na. Ikaw na. Hello?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Sir, naririnig po ba ako?
Yes,
Okay na
yes,
po.
yes.
Sir,
Yes.
po
Okay, 1, 2, start. Your timer starts now.
ba? Good afternoon po. Sir, rinig na po ba
Mhm.
ako? Bakit
Yes,
po
yes,
wala?
yes. Your timer starts na. Redondo.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. If I would choose an area in nursing to do a research, I would like to focus on community health nursing as my topic po. Yes. Sir, nandito po ako, sir. Nagdidiscuss na po ako.
Yes, yes. Yes, yes.
Bakit
I'm
po?
listening. Yes, I can
Hello
hear
po,
you.
sir.
I can hear you.
Hello po.
Go ahead. I can hear you.
Narinig po ako. Okay. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Okay, sir. Ulit po, sir. If I would choose an area in nursing to do a research, I would like to focus on community health nursing as my topic. Kasi as I become aware of how healthcare modalities work, it has driven my interest why health in my community seem to be not the utmost priority. So my experience in CHN duty, it had enlightened me that in every community, despite whether it is a large or small group of people are living there, they should be able to access health in affordable or cost-free manner. So based on what I have observed, even larger community who has an active barangay and health nurses, social determinants are still barriers for them to reach out health services. So I think I would like to focus my research on the perception of community health nurses and people toward overcoming social determinants. And if this would generate a beneficial result, then the chances of going to hospital to people would be lessened. And the method and paradigm I'm going to apply in this study is the qualitative research and ano po, and constructivist paradigm. Kasi yung qualitative research, it focuses, it aims to determine the experiences, perceptions of an individual without limitations. So, as well, and I think it is correlate with the constructivist paradigm po. So using this qualitative research and paradigm and constructivist paradigm, it applies
Mhm.
from the participants po. Kasi And if I'm going to base on my suggested study, I think yung minention ko po kanina, it would likely to fall to comparative research since I want to compare the perceptions of the community health nurses and the people towards overcoming social determinants. Which
Okay,
I think there are still hidden variables that keep these two subjects, yung nurse and people po,
Up.
in inability to overcome determinants of health.
Okay,
Yun
okay.
lang po, sir.
Okay. So, you missed to answer what is research in your own opinion. However, I deeply appreciated that. Okay, I am deeply appreciating the fact that you get a perfect avenue, a perfect topic that you would like to study. Understanding the perception, understanding on how the people in the grassroots level will gonna work to address the social determinants is a good topic to study on. However, pag-aralan mo kung paano gagawin, knowing for a fact na hindi tayo pwedeng lumabas. Okay?
Okay
If
po,
ever.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you po.
So later, I'll be giving my further discussions dito sa ginagawa natin, ha? So, pag inisa-isa ko kasi kayo, madami pala kayo masyado. So, hingin ko sinong next sana sa'yo, Redondo.
Si ano po, Alex.
Almendra. Yes, Miss Almendra, you're next. Almendra.
Sir, wait lang po. Inaayos ko lang po. Wait lang, sir.
Okay.
Kita na po,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, please.
Si
Wait lang
Alex.
po.
Si ano na lang po, Noemi Laksaman.
Eto,
Ay,
sige,
ano po pala?
Jessa, okay lang.
Ano, sino?
Kaso naka-print screen lang po, sir. Kita na po.
Okay. Sila. Sige.
Ayan po. So, for me po, what is research? In general terms po, for me, research is a simple term to enforce, to develop, clarify, and expand the existent knowledge of a certain topic. Research is an investigation that involves the collection of data, organization, methodologies, analysis, and interpretation of information to increase understanding of a topic or issue in which it's established facts, and thus reach new conclusion. So, in nursing, I would like to have topic in research. So, ito po. Nurses are teachers, advocates, caregivers, critical thinkers, innovators, and also researchers. Nurses need research because it helps them improve their practice, stay updated, and offer better patient care. If I would choose an area in nursing, I would like to do a research about nursing education, especially about mental health nursing, wherein it is likely to promote and heighten interest towards this field. I believe that all of us were aware about the shortage of nurses, particularly in this field such psychiatry. I would like to analyze the variety of determinants that shape a student's choice to pursue a particular clinical area upon graduation. A research that delved deeper about the issue Interest in medical health nursing as a field of practice. I would like to know and identify what are the factors that influence nursing students' interest in mental health as a field of practice. A research that seeks to understand students' beliefs, concerns, and how mental health nursing might be promoted and how this research develop future nurses. For method and paradigm of research, I would use constructive or also known as naturalistic paradigm and qualitative research. According to Wallet and Beck, naturalists does take the position of relativism, which means as a thesis that all points of views are equally valid. Furthermore, the voices and interpretation of those understudies are key to understanding the phenomenon of interest, and subjective interactions are the primary way to access them.
Okay.
Naturalistic okay na po.
Okay. 2 minutes over. Um, galing ah. I'll give my final comments later, ha? So, who's next to you, Almendra? Tapusin lang muna natin lahat.
Entails new facts, leading to the discovery of new ideas and methods or improvements. It will also contribute new knowledge and wisdom to the researchers and others, to other researchers. The next is, I would definitely choose something that is related in the educational system of a nursing student. For example, the impacts of online related learning experience or RLE in the selected student is in Laguna because it is timely and I want to hear the voice of the fellow student nurses.
Po.
Sige, basta you can explain it well. No problem.
Number one, for me, research is scientific method of solving problems, issues, or concern, and finding facts in a specific topic that can be used in the future studies or current situation. The creation of new knowledge or the use of existing knowledge to have a better outcomes that will help the community. Research is organized because there is a step-by-step process to reach the conclusion. And yung number 2 po, has anyone ever stopped to help you when you were in need? How did it make you feel? Nowadays, community is in demand of care because of COVID-19. We are not only targeting the individual, but targeting families and communities. So parang gusto mag-focus po sa community health nursing. But here in the Philippines, the national budget allocation for healthcare is relatively small. Local government units, the national budget undetermined. This scenario requires strategies that will allow us limited resources. Community is the first line defense when it comes to consultation and will help those around you and help you feel contributed something positive, and it is easier than most of people think. If we all did our part to help those in need of care, our community will be better and safer place to live. By doing this, we can achieve a greater sense of accomplishment. Then, so number 3 po, I choose quantitative method and constructivist paradigm in research to know how many families and communities understand, follow, and adopt protocols for the better service of the community. We can use questionnaires, survey, and polls through online so we can get data and interpret it and see the difference to improve the quality of care given to families and community.
Okay. Thank you.
Jana
Yes.
po.
Rodriguez.
Fulin po.
Haka. Yes. Haka, please. Haka.
Hello po.
Yes.
Basahin ko na lang po, sir, kasi ano po, wala po akong gamit na ano.
Okay.
Hindi na po
sige,
yung
go
signal.
ahead. Okay, go
So,
ahead.
what is research in your own words? So, for me, research is the development of new knowledge that is original and in a creative manner in order to increase the stock of knowledge. It is used, studied carefully, thoroughly, imaginative, and systematic work. Research has a combination of human knowledge and can also from culture or society. Nowadays, the good topic of research is what is happening or those problems with a good focus to have a new study that can help with the concern or issue using the scientific method. And yung number 2 po, in the nursing area, a good topic of research I would like is mental illness and pregnancy prevention. During pandemic, I think it is a good topic because this pandemic increases the number of cases of unwanted or unexpected pregnancy. So after 9 months since the lockdown started or when we were quarantined according to the news, the number of pregnant women was suddenly increased because most are unemployed and the unemployed are just at home. It is forbidden for couples or living partners have a higher chance of sexual activities. They need to be prevented and have proper prevention because pregnant women during the pandemic are one of the high risk. So what if COVID-19 hit them? So it would be nice to avoid it for now. So in the research method I will use is qualitative po. Using a qualitative, I will be able to gather a lot of data quickly and it is also used to uncover trends in thought and opinions and dive deeper into the problem.
That's all, Jana. Okay.
Po.
Thank you for your answer. Who's next to you, Jana?
Eden po, Eden.
Erda.
My God, nakakaba pala to.
Okay, Erdao. Timer starts
Sir, wait lang,
now.
mag-print na. Sir, babasahin ko lang ba?
If you can present it your screen, please do so.
Nakikita niyo po ba?
Yes.
Okay, so first is what is research in your own words? So for me, research is a systematic because it changes throughout time. Research can be in a quantitative or qualitative form. So research is like a foundation of all studies or works which we can adapt and make to improve nursing studies also in nursing field. So number two, what area in nursing would you like to have topic in your research? Discuss in basta yun. In nursing area, I would like to focus on orthopedic nursing. So orthopedic siya yung specialty dun, focuses niya sa musculoskeletal disease and disorder. So why orthopedics? So because I want to know how do people engage in nursing every time they have like pag nakita natin yung isang tao na nag-undergo siya ng bone surgery or injury or may muscle, basta may problem sa muscle. So I also want to know how do patients feel having different from another. Like ano po ba yung perception ng kompleto yung katawan sa hindi kompleto kung ganun man. So moreover, I want to engage also in kung paano makisalamuha si patient sa si nurse sa isa't isa. So next, with your chosen topic, what method or paradigm of research would you use and why? With my chosen topic, I would like to use constructive paradigm and qualitative research so that I was able to communicate, understand, and know the emotion of my patients as I do the interview, as well as to be able to describe how they feel and the way they interpret words. In this way, I was able to share my ideas with the patient so I can build more rapport throughout the interview. So we all know that Conway said constructivism philosophical paradigm as approach to assert that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on those experiences. So it is based on the so yun na po yun, sir.
Okay, thank you. That's 2 minutes. Thank you for answering, Erda. Who's next?
Si Eunice po.
Hina, you're next.
Hello po. Sorry po ba?
Yes.
So yun po, what is research in your own words? For me po, research is the combination of the pre-existing knowledge I have and a new knowledge that I will gain to generate a much better concept and understanding. Research can be anything that we were curious about. We will seek out information in an attempt to resolve the problem or answer the question. So what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? For me po, psychiatric mental health nursing. Because psychiatric mental health nursing involves the promotion of optimal mental, physical, health, well-being, and prevention of mental illness which includes disorders that affect mood, behavior, and thinking, such as depression, anxiety. And I want to have this topic po in my research because I always like to talk to people and be curious about their lives and past experiences. Psychiatric mental health nursing din po is yung field ng nursing that can help and treat people who often struggle with their own voice and to be misunderstood by other people. This area also is where you willingly engage your ears and heart. So with your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of research would you use? I would use constructivist paradigm because it is more on qualitative type, and with this, I would be able to understand, describe, and discover much better the thinking of the patient. And dito rin po mabibuild yung nurse-client relationship. We will be able to construct knowledge by engaging in building and sharing. As we all know po, yung qualitative research po focuses on generating meaning and understanding through rich description. It can be a useful approach to studying problems that requires developing an understanding of complex social environments and the meaning that people within those environments bring to their experience. Qualitative research is more creative because it can lead us in a new way of thinking. Yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you for that, Hina. Who's next to you?
Si ano po, Gretchen.
Reyes. Reyes, you're next.
Po. Hi po.
Hello.
Hi. Hello po. Rinig niyo po ba ako?
Yes, yes.
Rinig po?
Yes, rinig.
Okay. Okay. First, what is research in your own words? Okay. Based on my understanding, research composed by qualitative and quantitative data, a broad subject that elaborates how these things form. Like, for example, medicine. Before medicine created, they undergo and tested it by multiple trial and error experiments. Therefore, not all research has their successful outcome. May mga nag-fail din na research. So, ayun. What area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? Discuss in a persuasive letter in one paragraph. So, yung napili ko po is psychiatric nursing. So, study about person's mental health, behavior, characteristics, and past experiences before they become ill is my overall curiosity. Questions like, paano sila humanong sa ganong sitwasyon? Either it is genetic or may iba pang reason. At kung may iba pang reasons, ano yun? And paano sila maku-cure? Ganon. Or kung may cure pa ba? So with your own topic, what method of research would you use and why? So constructivist po, a qualitative collecting and gathering purposes data through my client can possibly help my research, giving enough time for dealing my patient's behavior and giving a report to conclude specific cause and factor of the problem can evaluate my research. So yun lang po, sir.
Okay. Thank you for that answer. Who's next to you?
Si Andre. Si
Cervera.
Sige po, wait lang po. Present ko lang po. Nakikita po ba?
Yes.
Ayan po. So, good afternoon po. What is research? In my own words, for me, research must be observed as step-by-step process, can conduct and collecting data to answer the question and to solve problems. Research is a wide and deep subject with an investigation to discover of new information or concepts of something. When we study it carefully, research gives us new knowledge and wisdom. So, what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? So I choose psychiatric mental health nursing din po to be my topic in research. Psychiatric mental health nursing is a diverse field that can help patients to manage and cope their health in a number of ways. If there is someone we cannot bring out or share with others their problems, or maybe afraid to tell their friends, here is the psychiatric nursing that allows people who really need care for their mental health issues or maybe suffer from psychiatric conditions like anxiety, mental illnesses, depression, addiction, personality disorders, and more. Psychiatric nursing is always welcome and open for treatment and therapies. With my chosen topic, I use qualitative research, a constructivism paradigm in my topic because according to the book, qualitative research focus on gaining insights and understanding about an individual's perception and interpretation of events. This type of research collects data through methods such as interviews and participate observations. Qualitative research also involves processes, feeling and motives, the whys and hows, and produce in-depth and holistic data.
Okay. Thank you for that answer, Cervera. Who's next to you?
Tabilisma po.
Tabilisma.
Hello po, sir.
Yeah, next.
What is research in your own words? As a student, I encounter this subject, my heart beats so fast. Research paper is a product or seeking information, analyzing, and human thinking. Thinking if it were to do this research without regretting while discussing this to your panel. And also use own ideas, knowledge, and opinions. A research paper should focus a central issue that interests you, limit the topic so that you can cover it in paper of the assigned length. Then organize important ideas that state the ideas in your own words. Then number 2, what area in the nursing would like to have as your topic in research? For me, I chosen the topic in nursing area is psychiatric mental health nursing because about the position of the nurse that specializes in a mental health and cares for people of all ages experience mental illness or distress. Then, psychiatric condition like mental illness, depression, or personality disorder. With then number 3, with your chosen topic is paradigm that constructivist paradigm because it's all about qualitative research. This type of research is more focuses for giving understand or perception or emotion of your patient. Yun lang po, sir.
Thank you. Who's next?
Kim Regala po.
Regala.
Mag-present lang po, sir. Ay, mag-ano po. Share ng screen. Share mic tayo. Present screen. Kita po?
Yes.
So, yun po. First is what is research in your own words? Research is a step-by-step investigation that leads to a discovery of new information or concepts. It uses a standardized approach in answering questions or solving problems. It is an attempt to widen one's outlook in life. In nursing, research provides a scientific basis for our practice. It impacts our decision-making and aims to advance our personal and professional qualifications as a health practitioner. Research also plays a significant role in education. It is the result of advancing knowledge from the past, thus contributing new knowledge in the present. What area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? I would like to focus on community health nursing and conduct a community-based research, particularly about how people within the community with different demographic backgrounds experience the coronavirus pandemic. We all know that what matters to young individuals may differ from what matters to older adults and vice versa. Interests, goals, and sense of satisfaction significantly change as a person grows older. Although the participants belong in the same community, their perception and interpretation of the pandemic may differ. The researcher would like to explore the differences between their experience, including health impacts, uncertainties, and positive experiences brought about by the pandemic. Just to make it clear, the researcher does not intend to measure the extent of mental health impact caused by the pandemic, but explore the experiences of the participants. The researcher believes that understanding community health scenario during the pandemic could have a significant impact on improving the health services. Because my chosen topics seek to gain insights and understanding about the individual's perception and interpretation of the pandemic, constructivist paradigm aligned to qualitative research must be used. Qualitative
Yes.
research collects data through methods such as interviews and participative observation, unlike scientific methods that uses gathered data to either confirm or rule out hypotheses. Constructivist methods uses the data to generate hypotheses. Using this method, we are able to explore the different realities of the participants related to the coronavirus pandemic.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gallows. Next to you.
Si Evangelista po.
Evangelista.
Thank you po.
Good afternoon
Good
po.
afternoon.
Hello po.
Hello.
Ayan.
You
Hello
may
po.
start now.
Research is an organized... Ay, ano ba? Hello po. Rinig niyo po ako?
Yes, rinig ka namin.
Hello.
Hello.
Research is an organized and systematic way to find answer and question and create new knowledge. It is also an existing knowledge that we use to strengthen and develop the current knowledge to prove its result and credibility. The research is important for the students because it helps them to have a detailed analysis of everything. When you have a proper in-depth analysis in any topic, the result comes out to the fruitful and also the knowledge is enhanced.
I would like to I would like community health as a topic. Community composed of large number of people that may contribute to health issues in particular place. As of the moment, the healthcare is in demand everywhere in the community because of the pandemic. In community, there are many factors that affects health. Also, in addressing the health problems, attitude and behavior were included in those factors that has a big part and contribution regarding healthcare and issues. I would like to know what are the shortcomings to the factors affecting health, why health dilemma is difficult to prevent, and how to address it properly. Before, I find community health nursing boring, but as we tackle different standard in terms of healthcare, especially what's the best health for them in general, I got curious that's why I want to know what are the standards of people in the certain community regarding their personal health and the health of the family as a whole. In positivist paradigm requires social observation and experiences to obtain knowledge. Specifically, I want to know the attitude and behavior of the community towards health and how they perceive health in a holistic manner. More of the question to ask in qualitative research begins with what and how, which provide a descriptive and somehow specified answer so that I would be able to know their perception towards healthcare.
Okay, thank you for that. Who's next to you, Evangelista?
Si Cherry po.
Pere.
Si Cherry.
Pere?
Sir, wait lang po.
Okay, go ahead.
Kita po ba?
Wala pa.
Wait lang. Ito po.
Yes.
So, good afternoon po, sir. So, first one po is based for my experience, research is finding the answer to your questions. It is something that you wanted to know. That is why you learn it or you study it. You want to know it if it is effective or not, or if it is helpful or not. You also do research to help you determine the problems and how to solve the problem. So research is something that is very much helpful for some people, not just in people who are in studies for gaining a profession, but also for the leaders that wants to make a plan or a solution to issues that his or her community suffers or experiences. So it is something that is reliable because it was studied and it is from different people involved in the study. So next one po is if I were given a chance, I would like to have the community health nursing area because the community widens my knowledge not only in a specific disease but also the factors that affects my patient's behavior or his or her surroundings. I could see more widely of other factors that can improve my nursing intervention to be more effective and avoid other problems that could occur. So I will also learn to be more flexible, and I know that it will be a challenge for me, but it's for the best. And I know that I can improve my skills in the community or in other setups because I was trained to be more flexible, effective, and fast. But since we are experiencing a pandemic, I would like to know the learning styles or strategies of nursing students, specifically the effects of videos on YouTube about nursing or anatomy and physiology for better understanding and to visualize more of a situation or topic. I also want to know if it helps the students or in the medical courses in studying their topic more since we are having online classes for now. And then the last one is I would use the method of quantitative research because I want to understand the factors that affect my study or topic and it is most closely allied with positivism, wherein true knowledge is based on experience of senses and can be obtained
by observation and experience. So since we are experiencing a pandemic, I would like to collect my data through research and online surveys. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Perry. Who's next to you?
Martinez po.
Martinez. Yes, Martinez, are you in?
Yes po.
Okay.
So ano po, first po is, what is research po? Para po sa akin, research is a systematic way po of finding answer to the unsolvable question about uncertain things in life. And then next po, for me po, mental health nursing would be an interesting topic for research because mental health has a big impact in our life, on our life. It is important because it refers to a person's emotional, psychological, and behavioral aspect. It also affects how we think, feel, and act. Furthermore, we can't completely define the health without mental health. Then, the sudden growing number po of people who are suffering from mental disorders in our country is bothering and quite alarming. That's why po, I am interested po to know their perception towards the attitude and their experience at this point of time on the management of mental health settings.
Okay.
Then, with my chosen topic po, I would like to use interview method of research because I would like to know their perception towards the beliefs and behavior of this generation regarding on mental health. Positivist paradigm is what I want to use because the topic that I choose may help us to figure out why it is important and how important mental health is. Yun lang.
Okay, thank you, Miss Martinez. Who's next to you?
Molina po.
Molina. Molina,
Good afternoon po, sir.
good afternoon.
Okay, first is what is research in your own words? For me, research is finding facts to better understand the solution to problems that can be explained with evidence-based practice. And second is what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? In my view, public health nursing will be interesting. Initially, the impact of coronavirus in comparison to severe acute respiratory syndrome and Middle East respiratory syndrome. It is prevalent and infects countless people. We are experiencing a pandemic as of now that everyone in the class could relate what is happening in the world. There is much ongoing research and progress about the study of the coronavirus, and as a student nurse, we should expand our understanding to apply it in our nursing practice and further study in preventing future complications and improve healthcare services. With your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of research would you use? The method I will use is interview because it is to collect depth information like thought, opinions, feelings, and experiences to know why people consider coronavirus a big impact rather than the past communicable disease. For paradigm, I will use positivist because it deals with the experience of natural phenomena that suit our current situation.
Okay, thank you for that. Who's next to you, Molina?
Gillian po.
Jillian. Oh,
Mata ko.
Gillian.
Jamaica muna. Jamaica daw po muna.
Eh, ikaw na nabanggit. Ikaw na magturo kay Jamaica after. Sige na.
Ito, wait lang po.
Okay.
Yun po. What is
Okay.
research in your own words?
Uh-huh.
For me, research is to study to know something and to learn something while expanding the knowledge and widen our mind to that knowledge. Tapos also it is solving problem and stating or finding facts about the topic. Tapos what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? For geriatric nursing. Because in geriatric nursing, you can help patients manage the reality of that their bodies are becoming older, and some of them can take care of their bodies, while at the same time continuing to empower them to be independent, which has a positive impact on their body. Also, geriatric patients also have a risk of developing chronic health conditions and diseases, especially now in the pandemic. Tapos, with your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of of research would you choose? Would you use and why? I be using qualitative to gain insight into the people's perception, understanding, and experiences, which is appropriate to the geriatric patient. And constructivist paradigm naman, where it implies a reality is constructed through human interaction. So interviewing them, talking to them is the best way to understand them and gain knowledge about them. Yun lang po.
Okay, thank you. Next to you.
Si Jamaica po.
Besamis.
Good
Good
afternoon
afternoon.
po, sir. Cheers. Kita na po.
Hindi pa.
Ay, wait lang po. Share screen. Start broadcast. Eto na. Kita na
Okay.
po.
Yes, it's presenting. Wala.
Ayan, pagi. What is...
It's okay. Sige, you read
Wala
na.
po.
Mhm.
Sige po. What is research in your own words? Research starts with a question and takes place with the collection or the gathering of data from different resources that takes a lot of time to answer a problem that seeks a solution. It is a step-by-step process to gain a concrete result. Moreover, research comes from its own wordry, which means again, it is done to help in improving a current answer or adding of latest and current knowledge to a specific situation. Also, it is finding an evidence to support or verify the truthfulness of a thing. Finally, in conducting a research, one must have a broad mind to produce a data that will help in analyzing things. Number 2, what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? A straight week of duty, persevering their own by not eating on time and hauling their urine for almost half of their days, and their sacrifices of living in the hospital just to protect their families of not having a close contact to them. As a student nurse and part of the youth, we are already aware and can see by our naked eye the incompetency of our government on giving the right salary and not giving value to our nurses. I am writing to you to urge on supporting this research for the power of the true heroes of our country. They deserve the right amount even it cannot match the dedication our nurses are giving just to serve on our poor yet beloved country, the Philippines. With your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of research would you use and why? In the present, it is quite difficult and complex to know what people think and distinguish. May it personally or virtually, one method I'll surely use is the one where I can get details comprehensively from my respondent, the one-on-one interview. Furthermore, this method makes me feel excited on seeing and feeling my interviewee's emotions towards the topic. In addition, may it be impossible in my chosen topic and our current situation, I would also like to use the ethnographic research. It is fun to experience init environment of your target audience. Obviously, as stated the methods you wanted to use, I am into my respondent's emotion. Besides, in my past, I find the reason about this issue, which is the constructivist is the part that I want.
2 minutes over. Okay. Thank you for your answer, Abisami. Sinong sunod mo?
Si Milky po.
Salazar. Salazar.
Good afternoon po. Narinig po ako, sir.
Yes po.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Narinig po ako.
Yes, naririnig ka namin.
Oh, so ito na po. So, what is research in your own words? Research is investigating or finding answers to the problem. Research is systematic, meaning it is a step-by-step process that needs an evidence-based answer in order to draw a good conclusion that can be used in the future. Then, what nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? If I were to choose a topic for my research, I'd like to study about mental health issues. Mental health issues because nowadays, the rate of people having mental health problems is undeniably increasing, especially now in this time of pandemic, so many people having problems like how will one survive economically and financially, how to cope up with the sudden changes in everyday life, fear of getting the virus, and more. There are so many problems that people are facing right at this moment that can be a reason for having a mental health problem. That is why I'd like to study about mental health issues because it is very timely and relevant. And then I'd like to choose a qualitative method and interpretive or constructivist paradigm because qualitative method seeks to provide the opinions, thoughts, and feelings of the respondents, and the constructivist paradigm asserts that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting at those experiences. I think those two will goes well with the mental health issues topic. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you. Milky's next to you.
Si ano po, Miss Andrea Caguilla.
Kagia.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Good afternoon.
Eto na. Wait lang po. Ayan. Okay. So, number 1, for me, research is a thorough study about a certain topic. It may derive from a curious mind searching an answer or someone who wanted to prove his idea or standpoint. Conducting a research is not an easy task. You need to gather all the information needed, starting from broad to specific. This data or information should be evidence-based, timely, and proven. Research is never ending. Other researchers can also benefit from your work. Number 2, I want to conduct a research about mental health, psychiatric nursing. I want to know more about the mental health of adolescents nowadays. It is widely known and more evident within this age group. I want to know the reason why the mental health of this certain age is declining and the rate is increasing throughout pandemic. What are the contributing factors? Because of peer pressure, parents not being able to understand the concept of mental illness, abuse, and etc. Do we have enough resources to fight and overcome mental illness, or we don't? And number 3, constructivist approach, a type of qualitative research. The research I want is about people's emotion. I want to understand more why and what made people feel that way. Yan po.
Thank you for that, Kagia. Sinong next mo?
Si Maika po. Yokte.
Yokte?
Opo.
Yes, Yokte. Ikaw na po.
Okay, pa-present ko lang po.
Okay.
Present the entire screen allowed. So, makikita po, ayan. What is research in your own words? Research is the use of materials or methods to study about a certain topic and to further investigate such informations. It widens everyone's perspective or knowledge with facts about that certain topic. It is a creative way to find a solution into a problem by researching further more details. Number 2, I would say in pediatric nursing because children needs a very clear and unique solution to solve their health problems, and they are very hard to assess, especially the newborn babies, since they can't really express what hurts in their body. Adults can voice out their health problems, so they are much likely easy to assess. Babies, on the other hand, can be really difficult and should handle with care. Children have different pain tolerance to one another, so you can't really diagnose or treat the same treatment you give to the other child to solve to the others. I would love to start a research topic on how to improve the skills of us healthcare workers when it comes to assessing, finding a solution, and improve caregiving to the children po. Number 3, I think quantitative method is the best method for this research topic since collecting data via statistical technique will help to determine the frequent problems of newborn babies and children. Functionalist paradigm is the theory for this topic since it describes the elements in society that creates social stability for the greatest number of people. Looking at the overall data of the participants, knowing what is the most foreseeable problems of the children and finding a solution on how to improve assessing their individual problems will help create this research topic po.
Okay? Thank you, Miss Yokte.
Thank you
Who's
po.
next to you?
Si Vidas po.
Vides.
Sir, wait lang po. Represent ko lang.
Okay.
Ano ba? Ayan.
Kaso ka mo Kaya ka ba?
Paano ba? Sir, kita po ba?
Wala pa.
Ay.
Mas na paulo mo? Pahinga ka muna. Oo, wag kang magkas na photo.
Wait lang po.
Ano to, BP mo ba?
Paano ba to?
Pare. Taas mo pa mo.
Ayan.
Kumusta naman yung festival mo?
Nakita ko po.
Okay, oo.
Good afternoon po, sir. So,
Good afternoon.
So, what is research in your own words? For me, research is one of the broad tasks to do because you will need to search through the internet and browse a topic that will give you a knowledge about that topic. And you're about to search and also need an understanding of a certain topic, and also research systematic investigation and study of materials in order to establish facts and reach new conclusion. So next is, what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic in research? The area in nursing that I like to have as my topic in research is that a pediatric nurse, because as a youth, some in our age don't know how to make a child calm whenever they are about to get some vaccine. Though it's easy, but I want to research an easy way to make a calm child without even noticing them that they are about to get injected, because I see that some have their struggles how to make the baby calm or stop to cry. It's like you need to meet their psychological needs. So next is, with your chosen topic, what method and paradigm of research would you use and why? The method that I will use is that survey and observation, because conducting a survey from mothers will be a big help to know a child, and also some pediatric doctors who can also give an idea how to make child calm in any aspects, and by observing them through how can you see a child reaction. The paradigm of research that I want to use is that interpretative, because it is a research that should be explored socially and meaningful action through the direct detailed observation in people in natural settings in order to arrive at understandings and interpretations, just like how we observe a child during checkups and taking their vaccine through their reactions, and you will see emotions. With this, you will know how to interact with the baby, and you will know their psychological needs. Yun lang po.
Thank you. Who's next to you, Vides?
Si Tovilla po.
Tovilla.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Good afternoon.
Pwede pong basahin ko na lang po.
Sige.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So, what is research in your own words? Well, We all know research is a process of systematic inquiry that entails collection of data, documentation of critical information, and analysis and interpretation of data or information. For me, as a student nurse, research guides us through nursing practice to give our clients the best quality care, which it enhances our ability to respond effectively to actual health problems. So, what area in nursing would I like to have as my research topic? I choose perioperative nurse, surgery or OR nurse. It focuses on pre and post-operative care of patients. This is mainly concerned with the quality of nursing care and also help us deal with intraoperative care for the patient perspective. It gives us ideas on how we can provide comfort, more likely if they're feeling anxious. So, what method paradigm of research would you use and why? So, I choose method qualitative because this could use a chance to interview some nurses who work in operating room and to know their own experience and opinion how they deal with their patients, especially through post-operative care. And I'll use constructivist paradigm. By their opinion, it can provide me a deeper understanding on how to collect analysis in qualitative that can guide me what study design I can implement. So, yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you. Since next?
Si Rodriguez po.
Rodriguez.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hello po. Sir,
Hello.
naririnig po ako?
Yes, yes.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Naririnig po?
Yes, rinig kita.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Okay.
hello? Rinig
Yes,
po?
rinig kita, Berinig.
Hello,
Hello.
Sige. Papresent ko lang po. Asan na yan? Enter screen. Ay! Bakit siya gumanan? Wait lang po, sir. Yo. Sir, kita na po?
Wala.
Wala pa po. Basahin ko na lang.
Sige,
sir.
sige.
Ayaw. Okay. Sige po. So, po sa number 1, so for me, research helps to improve our care plans for our patient. It also expands our way and improve our skills on how we take care of them and how we could help them to improve their health. So, doon naman po sa area, geriatric nursing really caught my attention. I want to use this topic in my research because I want to learn what are the different kinds of behavior they develop when they reach the age of 65 and above. So I want to develop a skill to help them to adjust in the stage of their lives. So it won't be too stressful. Na madami pong mga home for the aged na doon po dinadala yung mga elderly kapag po hindi na kaya alagaan sa bahay. So doon po yung area na gusto ko pag gawing topics sa research. For me po, it's the best way for gathering data, especially when it comes to elderly. I want to communicate with them personally because most of them want some company, especially those who doon po sa mga mag-isa na nakatira sa bahay. Kasi po mas gusto nila yung may mga nakakausap. So interview po yung best para sa akin. And then socio-emotional selectivity theory is another lifespan theory that helps explain the shift of personal goals and behaviors with age, which is related to geriatric nursing. And this theory introduces the concept of future time perspective, which refers to one's perception of time and how much time is left. Yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you, Janet. Who's next to you?
Si May po.
Perez.
Hello po.
Perez po, apa.
Hello.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
So,
Research for me is getting more ideas by discovering new things in life. A research project may be expansion on past work in the field and the creation of new knowledge, and existing knowledge in a new and creative way to generate new concept, methodologies, and understanding. So yung ano po sa akin, sa 2, I would like to have geriatric nursing as my topic in research. Geriatric nursing is a type of nurse that helps care of aging and elderly individuals, trained to be able to perform traditional nursing duties, yet they also have special training that helps them better understand the special needs of many elderly people. So older adults have a special place in my heart. That's why I love to gain more knowledge about older adults and will be easily for me to take care of my grandparents because of my knowledge gained in this research. So yung method ko pong gagamitin ay I will use qualitative research and contractivist paradigm as an approach to understand a particular situation by their own understanding and knowledge through their experience. Yun lang po, sir.
Thank you. Sino yung next sa'yo? Per May?
Si Genesis po.
Rinia.
Yun.
Hello po.
Hello.
Narinig po ba ako, sir?
Yes, rinig.
Sa ano po? Number 1 po, what is research in your own word? Research is basically the process in which to collect or gather, bundle information from different resources like literature review, interview, library approach, and experiment, questionnaire, and observation to reach the facts related to selected research or problem and draw the conclusion. So number 2 po, what are the area in nursing would you like as your topic and research? I would like to obstetric nursing as my topic because I aware that teenage pregnancy may be linked to the things such as a lack of education and information about reproduction, far pressure, and early engagement of sexual activity. Although some engage, although some teenage pregnancies are intentional and lead to many negative outcomes for teenage marriage, generally do not have resources to care for a child and often they are not able to sustain healthy habits throughout throughout the pregnancy to ensure to produce a healthy baby. Many of these teenage mothers are not healthy enough, thus they have a higher risk and also thus young women
Yes.
often undergo
2 minutes.
abortion which lead to death. That's why this topic that I would like to focus in research.
Okay.
So number 3 po, without choosing
2
topic,
minutes is
what
over.
in my chosen topic, I will use quantitative research because it suits my topic to study patterns, obtaining and analyzing data in a manner that is comfortable to find patterns and make prediction, causal relationship to the wider population. Thank you po.
Thank you. Who's next to you, Rinia?
Sino po ba? Si Ate Hazel po.
Is Dauden.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Sir, basahin ko lang po.
Okay.
Number, what is research in your own words? For me, research is a study or gathering of information about a specific topic. The systematic investigation into and study of materials and sources in order to establish facts and reach new conclusions. Number 2, what are nursing would you like to have? What area in nursing would you like to have as your topic and research? I would choose geriatric nursing. My interest in health disparities among older adults. For me, geriatric nursing is challenging and rewarding. It is important to conduct research that contributes to the evaluation of attitudes and perceptions. As a geriatric nurse, you can help patients manage the reality that their bodies are becoming older, while at the same time continuing to empower them to be independent, which has a positive impact on their health. We will get to work with a wealth of medical conditions. Number three, my topics aren't intrinsically qualitative or quantitative. They can be approached depending on what you want to find out. If the topic will be investigated by measuring variables, testing hypotheses, and using statistics, it is a quantitative. If it will be investigated through detailed description, like thoughts, feelings, or perception, it is qualitative. The paradigm I chose is contributes. It is basically a theory based on observation and scientific study about how people learn. It says that people construct their own understanding and knowledge of the world through experiencing things and reflecting on those experiences. Ayun lang po, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Use na to, Miss Owen.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Miss
Who's
Perea
next to
po.
you?
Miss
Perea.
Perea Carla.
Afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Wait lang po, present ko lang. Kita po ba, sir?
Hindi pa. Ayan.
Kita po.
Mhm.
So, number one, research. For me, if there are no questions, there can be no research. Research is the process of studying new phenomena that exist in our environment. It is also a branch of study that will help the researcher and the general public to gain new knowledge and information to improve the quality of life. Through research, we discover other facts which we may not have been aware of, and it helps to strengthen or even change our arguments and beliefs. These facts also ensure that our interventions are effective. Next, number two, the area in nursing I would like to have as my topic in research is community health nursing. Why? Because I think by observing the community health nurse duties, I will further know the behavior and experiences of a nurse in a community setting. I will also know what are the problems they face and their coping mechanism. Lastly, I will know what are the things that a community nurse should be improved. I chose this topic idea because for me, improving the quality of practice of a community nurse will also leads to improving the health of the families, individuals, and group of people in the community. Last, number three, I prefer to use constructivist paradigm because it is associated with a qualitative research approach. I use qualitative research method to understand the concept, opinions, or experiences of a community nurse. Also, constructivist paradigm fits to my research since it seeks to understand a phenomenon and study from the experiences or angles of the participants using different data collecting agents. Since we face pandemic today, I will collect my data through online interviews and surveys. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Who's next to you, Perea?
Nakaryo po.
Nakaryo.
Kita niyo po.
Yes.
Okay. So, sa akin naman po, what is research in your own words? Po, research is searching for an answer. And this could take place everywhere. So, pwede kong sa school ka, community or sa hospitals po, whenever you are trying to learn new things or to, hello po,
Yes, I'm listening po.
want to prove truths and hypotheses. But by searching po, it is not as simple as getting the answer or solution, because here in our research po, we need to pass through some process and look deeper into the gathered information po para makapag-provide ng better meaningful understanding of what we aim to learn. And sa area of nursing naman po na I would like to have as my topic, if I were to choose a topic of my research in area of nursing, I would definitely choose topic from pediatrics, because personally po, I love being around with children, because children need specialized care and treatment, and it was amazing
to learn how children did not respond the same way as the adults because magkaiba naman po, di ba, yung approach ng care sa children tsaka adults. So as for me po, I would like to understand more about the children and about how they react to health workers' care and their behavior and attitudes towards them. So conducting po ng research on my preferred area is nag-enjoy na po ako and natututo na po ako. And when you enjoy doing things, syempre po makakapag-provide po tayo ng better and meaningful thoughts and informations that may contribute to the development of care. So for me po, gusto ko pa makapag-contribute ng development of care sa pagdating sa children. So, and sa ano naman po, with my chosen topic from the area that I aim to study, I think it is best to use the paradigm constructivism through the method of simulation because I believe po that children are more participative when you give or show them something that may cause their attention. So ako po magkakaroon po ako ng interaction with my chosen participant. So in this way po, both researcher and participant may learn or gain something. So sa children po, yung children po may learn and be entertained. And as for the researcher naman po, makakapag-gain po tayo ng better understanding knowledge about their behavior and attitude po. Yan lang po.
Who's next to you, Nakario?
Sir?
Who's next to you?
Decano po.
Decano. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Next to you, Decano. Alin sunurin, please?
Ay, hello, sir. Sir, rinig niyo na, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. Number 1, sir. Research is a process used to discover new knowledge and to create or improve something that can help the humanity and the environment po. That's number 2 po. As a nurse, it's our duty to give the best care not only for a certain individual but also in our community. That's why I like to choose public health nursing as a topic for my research. Because of our current situation where public health has been greatly compromised and most of us do not see the importance of it before. In this research po, I would like to discover various ways on how a community nurse can educate and convince the public to participate in different programs to improve public health po. Tapos yung number 3 po, since community po ito, kailangan po ng malaking number ng respondents po. So feeling ko po mas magiging effective po siya kung mixed method po yung gagamitin ko, sir. Ayun lang po.
Who's next?
Si ano po? Si Mr. Christian Parabuak po.
Mr. Christian Parabuak.
Sir.
Yes.
Andang hapon po.
Magandang hapon.
Um, what is research? Ano, sir? Is defined as creation of new knowledge and the use of existing knowledge in a new creative way so as to generate new concept, methodologies, and understanding. Sunod po, anong area po na nursing would you like to as your topic? I choose area of topic research is ER, sir, because I want to roll as nursing student. What happens the all kind of patient illness or disease? To put my knowledge, what different nurse to patient attitude or interaction this area of emergency room is a challenge to me, and I hope someday we want to use my research topic. Sunod, sir, yung ano yung method and paradigm? I want use method and paradigm of research is quantitative research. Is use quantify behaviors, opinions, attitudes, and other variables and make generalization from a larger population summary. The goal and quantitative research. Yun lang po, sir.
Okay. Sino kasunod mo?
Si Sab po. Mukhang hindi tinatawag kanina pa po eh.
Servo?
Hello po, sir.
Yes, hello. Wala pa.
Po, si Jans po.
Yeah, wait lang, sir. Babasahin ko na lang po.
Okay, okay.
What is research? Simply, research is not only understanding the surface of a certain process, but searching its further depth. For instance, you do not just search the food of antibiotic, but also how it works, what are the side effects, and why is it for several. Furthermore, it helps contribute in a certain field like medicine to have a solution to a problem. Drugs that we often use to cure have research about modern technology, specifically in a hospital setting such as pediatric and medical and surgical. It will be necessary for future nurses to improve patient care and bring out of healthcare workers kapag alam po nila yung sa hospital setting. We cannot stop the progress some modern technology that we were invented help further enhance the capability of the nurses more efficiently. An example of it is automated IV infusion pumps. Automated IV infusion pumps help speed up nursing processes and can be crucial if there is a need for immediate adjustment. Changing medication through an automated process also removes elements of human error that could be set for clinical patients and hospitals. And so, it is truly exciting to understand the depth of such technology for future use. This new method po is quantitative method. Why? Because statistics of healthcare workers
2 minutes. Okay.
The past years, epic success upon invention will be some of the helpful data. Also, interpretive paradigm will be my choice of paradigm. It is concerned with understanding the world as it's known. It is from subjective experiences of the nurses and other healthcare workers. Yun lang po. Patrick po, sir.
Dalus.
Hello po. Yung sa akin
Hello.
po is yung... Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yung sa akin po, yung number one po sa akin is, research for me is a boundless possibility of knowledge where answers are infinite. Number two naman po, nurse researcher. Because nurse researcher could do research about nurses having the rights to give free consultation, not saying that they don't want to go to hospital because they don't want to know their disease. I want to know if the people now would go to health facilities because in certain issues, people don't want to go to health facilities because it is so expensive and hassle. People would just say that they don't want to know their disease to save the trouble of spending unexpected money on them where they could have used the money for something else or they just really don't want to. I want to know if there is a possibility to this because if this can happen, the mortality could be lessened. And number three po, quantitative research because the more the respondent, the stronger the point is. Ayun lang po. Sunod po si Jans.
Samosa.
Hello po.
Hello.
What is research po? Research is solving a problem in an organized way, improving the study and replicating answers by proving facts. And it is a non-stop study when it comes to health and technology. Next po, community area. I want to explore the community environment and I want to know the situation behind the community and the people. And then I want to advocate them when it comes to health because some people in the community has not enough knowledge about taking care of their health. Next po, the paradigm that I want to use is qualitative. I want to interview the people in the community rather than giving them questionnaire. For me, it is more reliable, and I am more concerned with understanding human behavior from the informant's perspective.
Thank you. Who's next?
Christian po, sir.
Tapos na si Christian. Samosa.
Ano po, mix.
Condarilla.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Narinig niyo ako?
hello. Oo.
Pepersen ko lang, sir.
Sige, go ahead.
Kita niya, sir. Teka lang, sir. Yan, sir. Basa niya, sir.
Basa naman.
Sir. Number one, what is research in your own words? Research is a creative and systematic method of improving the knowledge. It includes gathering information about something that might be useful in learning something that is new to us or learning something that already existed but we do not understand yet. So, yun lang, sir. Yung pwede tayong matuto doon ng mga bagong bagay o maintindihan yung mga bagay na alam na natin dati pero hindi natin naiintindihan yan. Plus, number two, what area in nursing would you like to have as your topic and research discussed in a persuasive letter in one paragraph? I would like to focus my study on critical care nursing, sir. I would like my topic and research be on how does the shortage of nurses affect the delivery of healthcare during pandemic, sir. Gusto ko malaman yung mga sagot sa anong impact ng shortage ng nursing sa delivery ng healthcare ngayong may pandemic, paano nag-cope yung unting nurses dun sa situation na meron sila, yung oras na ginugugol nila, anong epekto sa kanila, sir. Mga ganong tanong. Tapos, with your chosen topic, what method and paradigm research would you use and why? With the type of questions I want to be answered on my topic, I will use descriptive qualitative method, sir. According to Grove and Burns, may be used to develop a theory, identify problems with current practices, justify current practices, make judgments, or determine what others in similar situation are doing. Thus, I will use mixed methods to gather data. Tapos, syempre, sir, hindi siya maka-confine sa isa lang na hospital setting. So, pwedeng kumuha din ako sa ibang hospital. Tapos, I will be using constructivism as my paradigm. Kasi, sir, yung constructivism, yung reality at saka yung knowledge ay nakadepende sa experience ng subject. Yun lang.
Okay. Who's next to you, Darilla?
Ano, sir? Si Bonbon, sir. Tapos na ba si Bonbon?
Tapos na si Bonbon. Aba, hindi kayo nasabay, ha?
Si Ria tawagin mo, pare.
Sina?
Si Ria na lang.
Ay, si Ria pala, sir.
Marasigan.
Okay po, wait po.
Pagkatapos ng termination, pagdating ng tanghali,
At kami naman naiiwanan sa studio.
tapos minsan may ano pa sila.
Hindi, pag minsan, alas 12 na pa ng work, pero pag ng hapon, kakain.
Hello?
Tagon.
Ayan, kita niyo po.
Yes.
Ayan. Good afternoon po.
Mhm.
So, yung first question, so what is research? There can be many reasons why we do research, and at the top of that is curiosity, right? So, research is an organized, detailed, must be from reliable and credible resources, and or
Mhm.
research is simply scrutiny the bundle of knowledge in order to establish the facts and reach on a new conclusion. So for the second question, as of now, I chose nursing education in the area of nursing. In the area of nursing as a good topic to talk about. I chose it for a reason that we're in the midst of this global pandemic, and one of the silver linings from this crisis, maybe
Wow.
we will be reimagining what education would be. So yeah,
Mhm.
and then for the last question, I would like to use a mixed method or multi-methodology, as we all know that in mixed methods approach, researchers collect and analyze both quantitative and qualitative data within the same study. Growth of mixed methods research in nursing and healthcare has occurred at a time of significantly increasing complexity in healthcare delivery. As you have said po, sir, last time sa discussion, why here among us in the Philippines mostly afraid of and lack in nursing research, like only limited hospitals and nurses doing this. So we all know that yun nga po, yung nursing research help us advance our nursing field. Then anyway po, if we were given the opportunity to do research and what this topic is, I would like it to be the sources of stress among nursing students and how it affects their academic and clinical performance. And yun nga po, kung yung isa pa is yung effect of online classes. So yun po, thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Meron pang hindi natatawag. Marasigan is the last. Okay. So, okay. So like I have said kanina, this practice or this activity actually would like to instill to you na even how much information you have in your mind, dapat nananarrow nyo siya in a concise discussion. Kasi sa research, when you try to write research or a manuscript, at yung manuscript natin masyadong lengthy, kasi yun yung culture natin eh. The more pages you have, the better it is. The more pages you have, the more intellectual it is believed to be. But it's not. Okay, when you write research, it should be concise. Dapat okay? So it is one practice for you to be able to do that. Na every time you make a discussion, it should be straightforward. Masyadong information. Yung information, kung ano yung gusto mong i-direct, yun agad. Okay? So, here's what we're going to do now with research. Okay? So, I'm actually setting same stance with RadTech. Ako din kasi ang research ng RadTech ngayon. Okay? So, what we're going to do now is as I do see it, kapag lahat ng discussion ay tinapos muna natin, for example, tinapos natin lahat ng lecture, and then after the lecture, that's the time that I would be letting you to do your manuscript, mabibitin tayo pare-parehas. And I believe it's proven naman eh. Kasi katapusan, yung ilang araw na matitira natin after the discussion is the time that you are going to proceed with your manuscript. At nangyari kapag bitin ng oras, minamadali na lang matapos for requirement purposes na lang. So this is what we're going to do. Along with our lecture, along with our discussion, gagawa na tayo ng manuscript. So with that, ito ang magiging sistema natin. For our meetings are Thursday and Friday. Tama ba ako?
Opo.
Yes po.
For our research, it's Thursday and Friday. So we're going to meet Thursday and Friday. So from this day, you have another assignment. Okay. So what are your assignments? Your assignment first is, of course, you need, as a group, yung group ninyo sa thesis, parang ayaw ni Ma'am Daki sa tag-5, parang mas maganda ang tag-4. Okay? Kasi parang by history talaga sa nursing, wala pa ata nagba-by 5. Kami kasi by 3 kami yata last nung batch namin, o by 4. The maximum is 4. So you decide among yourselves sino magiging magkagrupo sa thesis. This would be your permanent grouping for your thesis writing. Okay? So your assignment is you have to identify 3 topics, 3 titles. Okay? Those, or each of the 3 topics, okay, you need to come up with a narrative persuasive report. Okay? Which would be, the deadline is on Thursday. I-present nyo siya. Prior to presentation, bago yung question, isasubmit nyo sa akin on Thursday din. So, ano ang nakalaman doon sa narrative? That particular topic na napili ninyo is important. That's one element. Why do you want to study it? Okay, ano importansya niya? Second is, how do you want it to be studied? And third, ano ba ang magiging possible impact nito? Or ano ba ang magiging output ng topic na yun? Okay? So each title na i-represent niyo should have a one-pager narrative discussion kung patungkol doon sa title niyo. So each group would have 3 titles, therefore you have 3 pages because each of the titles should have a narrative discussion. You need to convince me that the topic you have chosen is importante. Bakit siya importante? Paano niyo siya pag-aaralan? And then, ano yung possible output na makakatulong sa ating profession or sa field natin. Okay? So each group has to be composed of 4 members, and each group has to submit and present 3 titles by next week, Thursday specifically, and each of the titles should have a narrative discussion. Okay? So during the time, after presentation ninyo, after every group magpe-present, magpo-point ako ng questions. Magpo-point ako ng questions, and I will try to correct on how to write properly the titles, okay? Para habang nagkakaroon tayo ng discussion, umuusad na rin ang inyong manuscript. Okay? Our target is that before December ends, okay? Probably before November ends, tapos na dapat natin ang chapter 1 and chapter 2. Beginning no December to January, dapat tapos nyo na ang chapter 3. Okay? So, dapat yung buong research and manuscript niyo for the first sem, tapos na yung 75%. The 25% will be on the second sem, and your final requirement on the on the second semester is to have your study published. Walang papasahan ng research 2 nang hindi na pa-publish ang research. Okay? That's one of your requirements. Naiintindihan ako? So, paano mangyayari natin? So, next week, we will talk about the title. So, titingnan natin kung paano gagawin yung title. And then after next week, we'll discuss on the writing of your introduction and your background of the study. So, for you to be able to do that, kapag next week na-identify na natin kung ano yung possible topic ninyo, you need to read. Research. You need to do that. Because when you write your introduction and your background of the study, babatuhan ko talaga yun ng question. babatuhan ko talaga siya ng question. Okay, and if you are not able to answer that, kahit nabigyan na kayo ng topic, we can scratch that. Okay? So, dapat sabay-sabay kayong umuusad. Sabay-sabay kayo na-aprubahan ng title defense. Dapat tuloy-tuloy, sabay-sabay din kayo ma-aprubahan doon sa introduction, statement, problem, background, problem in its background, hanggang sa bumaba tayo sa statement of the problem, and then yung conceptual framework, and then, and the rest. Okay? So, every week, meron tayong discussion, and every week, meron tayong assignment, and then the following week, yung assignment, i-discuss natin, i-represent sa class, i-critique ng klase. After critique ng klase, i-carry out lahat ng recommendations and suggestions. After carrying out the suggestions and recommendations, another assignment na naman, and then the assignment will be discussed on the following week, and then another critique na naman, then carry out the suggestions and recommendations, and then another assignment na naman, hanggang sa bawat elements or bawat components ng inyong chapters 1, chapters 2, and chapters 3 ay makomplete within the SEM. Okay? Ang hamon, walang papasa sa Research 1 nang hindi tapos ang chapters 1 to 3. Walang papasa ng Research 2 hanggat hindi natatapos ang chapter 4 at hindi na-publish ang study. Understood? Harsh ba?
Opo.
Harsh?
Medyo, sir. Lahat, sir. Opo, sir.
Okay. But, if it's harsh, then do you believe the real world of nursing would be comfortable?
No, sir.
No, sir. Exactly. The things that you are doing right now are probably harsh, but the things that you are doing harsh today would be beneficial to you someday or one day. Ang harsh lang, hindi ako kasi higpit ni Mang Dakis pagdating sa research kasi hindi naman ako kasing galing ni Mang Dakis sa research eh. Konti lang talaga ang nalalaman ko. Medyo kaya ko lang. Okay? So, hindi ako ganun kahigpit. Medyo mabigat lang sa akin doon is I would be requiring you to have your study published. Kasi it would be no sense if you have your study and then sino lang magbabasa ng study ninyo. Why do we do research? For us to partake a contribution to our profession. And then we'll let our libraries have it lang. Hindi nababasa ng iba. So, ayoko maging for requirement purpose lang ang ating research. If we would like a research based from your definition, it is to widen our knowledge, to broaden our perspective, and then nakalimit lang siya sa library natin, di hindi research ang ginawa natin. Am I putting a point dun sa sinasabi ko?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. So that's the reason why gusto ko gawin nating ma-publish ang study natin. Okay? I don't know how you're going to do it, but I believe you can do it. Okay? So, yun ang magiging natin, proseso. So, you know your assignment for next week. So, kindly do that. And then by Thursday, you present it and then we'll critique it. Okay? Pag natapos natin next week ang critiquing ng title defense and we are already able to identify yung title ninyo, I will be presenting to you what are the elements or the components that I would like to see to your introduction and to your background of the study. And then that would be your assignment. And then the following week would critique that. And then mag-lecture ulit. Ipapasok. Dun sa critiquing na sinasabi ko, doon ko pinapasok or doon ko ipapasok ang lecture ko. Okay? Para ginagawa habang ginaguide. Hindi yung diniscuss lahat, tas gagawin. Tapos, believe me, students, pagkatapos i-discuss lahat na dun sa dulo ng SEM na gagawa na kayo, nakalimutan nyo na lahat ng discussions. Totoo ba ako? Hindi.
Totoo po.
See? So, para siya simultaneous. Freshly natutunan nyo ngayon, gawin natin. Pag nagawa na natin tong first component ng ng research nyo. For example, title, yung another components naman, gagawin, tapos i-critic, i-discuss, and then i-revise, and then mag-move naman tayo ng another component naman. Para sabay natin siyang nagagawa. Okay? I'll be reading all of your researches, don't worry. Okay? Okay.
Okay po, sir.
So ngayon, I will be discussing muna the types of researches. The types of research rather. So, I appreciate yung binabanggit niyo kanina. Ang sabi niyo, research is to broaden, to widen. But there are times research is to narrows. Okay? Research narrows. Research narrows complex ideas. Okay? Ang ginagawa ng research, yes, it is expanding the horizon of your science, of your knowledge, but at times it also narrows complex ideas. It narrows complex ideas because we can better understand when complex ideas are presented in a simple manner. Tama ako? So, ginagawa siya ng research. And the purpose of research is to refine the discipline. To refine the discipline and to define the profession. What do I mean by that? It refines the discipline because we all know, for example, nursing is a discipline, okay? But nursing, being a discipline, hindi siya nanganak out of its own. Nanganak ang nursing because there is medicine, okay? Nanganak ang nursing because there was an innate nurturance, an innate ability of motherly care. Okay? Now, na itong nursing is now a profession, we need to refine its rough edges. It's no longer just an outspurt of your medicine. It's no longer just an offshoot of those motherly care love, but it is now a profession. And for this to be considered a profession, it should have its own body of knowledge. At para magkaroon ng own body of knowledge, it is a rigorous and continuous research and research and research. Dahil bawat research na ginagawa ng nursing profession or ng mga nursing professionals and even other professions na hinahiraman natin ng research, this multiplies, this adds up to our knowledge. And when our knowledge, yung bola ng knowledge natin habang lumalaki siya, lumalawak ang scope natin. At habang lumalawak ang scope natin, lumalawak ang responsibility natin. At habang lumalawak ang responsibility natin, mas nagkakaroon ng tunay na definition ang nursing. Kaya ang research nagde-define ng profession. Because if not for the scope, if not for researches, not for these, then paano natin ma-define ang isang nurse from midwife? We can both attend to delivery. But what made a nurse distinct from midwife? So research defines it. So we are nurse, we are capable and we are able to attend to delivery, but our tasks are not limited only to that. We can perform other tasks pa as nurse. Meanwhile, midwife, they are more commonly present talaga sa maternal and child, specifically dun sa labor na normal spontaneous. As we can attend cesarean, but we do just simply assist. Diba? So nagkakaroon ng boundaries and limitations, okay? So, sir, sabi mo, it defines, it limits our performance, but through research also, that limitations can be broken. Pwede din mag-expand, okay? If previously, ang nurse, ano lang bang piniperform ng nurse? Almost vital signs lang and all. Diba? Pero ngayon, we are inserting IV line, diba? Minsan mas magaling pa tayo sa doktor mag-IV line. Okay? So, abroad, there are nurses, sila yung tumatao parang as doctor sa ER. Ang tawag natin sa kanila, nurse practitioners, clinical nurses. Sila yung makikita mo sa ER sa Pilipinas na nag-assess, nagtutubo ng pasyente. Abroad sila nagawa nun. Abroad, they're able to act as doctor. Nagkakaroon sila ng consultation. May sarili silang clinic. It happened because of research. Research have proved that there's no relevant difference between the assessment and diagnosis of a nurse and a doctor. And because of that, they come up to have advanced practice nursing. At hindi yun sana magkaroon tayo dito sa Pilipinas. So, it happened because of research. Hindi yun nangyari dahil inisip lang natin na mas magaling naman mag-assess ang nurse kaysa sa doktor. Mas madalas naman natin nakikita yung pasyente kaysa sa doktor. So, mas marunong tayo mag-assess. So, siguro mas magaling tayo mag-diagnose pa rin. It didn't happen na gano'n. Nagsimula sa gano'n, na mukhang feeling natin mas maalam tayo. And then we provide researches, tinuloy-tuloy ang researches, up until those researches, yun ang nagbigay ng pundasyon na kaya na nating pumantay sa doktor when it comes to assessment and diagnosis. Okay? So, nag-bring about yun sa advanced practice nursing, and the establishment of the advanced practice nursing, nagdagdag ng scope sa nurses. And nagdagdag ng scope sa nurses, nagdagdag ng panibagong definition sa nurses, and of course, another responsibility and accountability has been added to us. But of course, yung respect na dagdagan. Kasi hindi na lang tayo basta katulong ng doktor. Okay? Now, there are different types of research. When we talk about types of research, okay, merong tatlong categories, okay? Ang research, pwede nating ibasa ang type niya. First, according to inquiry mode, okay? Second is according to application mode. And then third is according to objective mode, okay? So there are the types of research can be classified according to 3 categories. But each of the category has subcategories pa. So kapag yung research type mo is under the category of inquiry, okay, yung inquiry mode, there are 2 types. First is the quantitative, and second is the qualitative. Pag sinabi natin quantitative, okay, these are the type of researches that are numerically, mathematically presented, or the data are being treated through mathematical operations or numerical operations. Okay? So these are, like for example, bar graphs, percentage, ito yun. Basta everything that can be processed, can be answered through numbers, these are quantitative researches. Okay? Kaya nga, mode of inquiry, di ba? How would you like to inquire? Paano mo ba gustong masagot ang tanong? Paano mo ba gustong magtanong? Okay? If the questions is answerable and can be presented by numerical and mathematical processes, then therefore it is quantitative. The other is qualitative type. So the qualitative type of research, this is a type of research wherein it is not answerable by mathematical and numerical values, but instead narrative expressions and themes. Okay? So, ito yung nakakakuha ng emotions, na pinapaliwanag, yung expressions. Ito yung may mga narrative or verbal expressions. So, ito yun. Yung may mga emerging themes na maglalabas, ito yung mga yun. So, qualitative. Yung dinidiscuss yung challenges, yung boundaries, ito siya. Okay? So, ano bang difference, sir, ng quanti and quali? Can you cite an example? Can you give me a topic? And itatry ko ilagay sa quantitative at qualitative. Anyone? Wala? Okay. So, wala. So, like for example, ano bang pwede natin i-quanti and qualitative? For example, yung topic may motor, ha? Okay. So, for example, ang gusto natin sa quanti and qualitative, yung topic na nurse. Okay? Yung licensed nurse. Okay? Licensed nurse, quantitative, gusto nating malaman, for example, ay, ano to? How does, or for example, how does gender, tawag dito? How does gender expression, gender expression affects the performance of a licensed nurse? So, sir, paano yun pag how? Qualitative na ba yun? Depende, di ba? Malalaman lang natin yan kasi nga kung paano mo ba gustong i-treat yung sagot at yung proseso. So, kung how does gender expression of a licensed nurse affect his performance? Kung yung performance mo may bilang, for example, paano magkakaroon ng bilang ang performance mo? Kung yung excellent mo ba, may criteria na kung ang rating niya doon sa questionnaire ay 90 to 100, excellent siya. Kapag 89 and 80, siya ay somehow excellent. Basta yung criteria mo may bilang, then it's quantitative. Okay? So how does, paano ba natin makikita dito? Una, gusto nating malaman, ano ba ang mga klase ng gender expressions? So, kung may tatlo, for example, babae, lalaki, and then the third world country, 'di ba? So kung may tatlo, that's nominal already. Ibabangga natin doon sa performance nila. So because merong number, then that's quantitative. Now, paano siya magiging qualitative? Magiging qualitative siya, for example, kung yung tanong mo na how does gender expressions affects the performance of licensed nurses, magiging magiging qualitative siya kung ang gusto mong i-note doon ay yung kanyang experience. Okay? Yung gusto mong malaman, with that particular gender expressions, what are the challenges na napipace mo being a licensed nurse? So, kung makikita mo doon, experience ang binagbabasihan mo. Hindi yung bilang, hindi yung level ng iyong performance, pero gusto mo makita doon, ano yung challenges na kinakaharap mo. Nasusundan ako sa quantity and qualitative.
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Yes, ha?
Sir.
5. Yes, Jana. 5.
Wala po, sir.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So basically, under the category ng inquiry mode, there are two types, the quantitative and the qualitative. Nabanggit ko na kung anong quantitative, ano ang qualitative. Next is the second category is the according to application. So there are two types also, the pure or basic research and the applied research. Anong difference ng dalawa? Pag sinabi natin pure and basic research, we would just like simply to know or to prove, for example, a certain notion. Okay? Gusto lang natin makapag-develop ng panibagong knowledge. Okay? Meanwhile, the application, gusto natin i-prove whether yung panibagong knowledge na yun is truly applicable. So, kunwari, paano? Okay? So, like for example, sa nursing, sabi nila, kunwari, nag-aral ka, anong kulay kaya, okay? Anong kulay kaya sa palagay ng maraming patients natin ay ito ay masarap sa mata habang ikaw ay nasa ospital. So that's pure. That's basic lang. Basic, super basic. You just simply want to know ano ba sa palagay ng ating mga pasyente ang maganda sa paningin na kulay habang sila ay inaalagaan sa ospital. And for example, the result came to be color green. Color green daw. Now, we would like to prove na totoo ba na yung perception na maganda ang green na kulay kapag ikaw inaalagaan? Totoo kaya nakaka-help sa pag-aalaga? You put it now into application, applied. Now, sa applied, ang gagawin mo, kunwari experimental. The uniform is green, the bed sheets are green, the walls are green, and then try now to assess kung palagay ba ng mga pasyente, masarap talaga sa mata ang kulay green. Okay? Ngayon, kung masarap sa mata, then that would prove your basic or your pure research result. Okay? So, ulitin ko lang, ang basic or pure research, gusto niya lang makapag-generate ng panibagong knowledge. So, doon sa sample natin, ang nag-generate natin ng bagong knowledge ay yung kulay green daw ay masarap sa mata kapag sila inaalagaan ng may sakit. And then, yung applied research nun, to prove that, nagkaroon ka ng experimental research which you provide yung bedsheet sila green, yung walls ay green, yung uniform ay green. Totoo bang naka-improve sa health nila? Mas palagay ba nila na pabilis ang kanilang healing process because of that? So that would prove kung either tama ba o mali ang inyong pure or basic research. Kanina, may naalala akong nagsabi na, check lang kung sino. May nagsabi kanina, si Reyes. Sabi ni Reyes kanina na not all research are successful. That's not true. Lahat ng research ay successful. But not all research, okay, would bring a result. We can only tell that a research is successful kung lumabas yung na-expect nating sagot. Pero kapag lumabas ay hindi natin na-expect na sagot, would we consider that not successful? Definitely hindi. Because the fact that you have undergone the process of research, the fact that you have undergone the honest and genuine process of research, ay yung result ayaw naman nating manipulahin at dapat hindi manamanipula. Okay? If the result turned to be the opposite dun sa answer ni expect mo, then that's a good research still. Why? Kasi dinis-approve niya yung pananaw mo ay tama. 'Di ba? Yung ina-expect mong sagot, dinis-approve niya. So kung dinis-approve niya yun, therefore, hindi ka parang sirang propeta na nagdi-discuss ng mga maling pananaw. Kasi nga, dinis-approve niya. Now, kung yung research naman ay na-approve, pinatunayan niya na totoo yung pananaw mo, then it's a good. Ibig sabihin, you can prophetize, you can deliver your thoughts na napatunayan mo through research. Ngayon, kung hindi mo napatunayan through research, then yung research is enough para ipaalala sa'yo na mali yung iyong pananaw. Diba? So, there's no not successful research, but all research is successful, but of course, nasa kamay niya kung paano siya i-present at paano siya gagamitin. Okay? So, we're good now in pure and applied research, which is under the category of application. Now, the third category is according to objective. So, according to objective natin, there are 4 types. Okay? The first type is you have your descriptive research. Second, descriptive research, gusto mo lang mag-describe. Okay? Gusto mo lang makita yung kung ano yung description niya. So like for example, descriptive research, nursing. Out of 1,000 enrolled nurses, there are 800 female nursing students and there are only 200 male student nurses. Descriptive research because we can now therefore describe that out of 1,000 enrolled nursing students, there are 800 female nursing students and there are 200 male nursing students, which we can conclude therefore that the nursing profession is a female profession. 'Di ba? Kasi describe lang natin Paano tayo nakapag-come up doon sa conclusion na pambabaeng course ito? Because of the description na mas marami ang naka-enroll na babae. That is descriptive. Nakuha ko doon? Now, the second type of objective is your exploratory research. Ano exploratory research? Ang exploratory research, you would now like to know bakit nga ba mas marami ang babaeng nag-nursing kumpara sa lalaki. So you would explore the reasons. You would explore the factors. You would explore the determinants kung bakit. bakit mas marami ang babae? And then you identify, for example, the factors. Babae, kasi ang leader ng nursing si Florence Nightingale. So, babae. Babae, kasi natural sa babae ang mag-alaga. Kaya babae. Babae, kasi konti lang talagang lalaki kasi tingin nila mababakla sila kapag nurse ang kinuha nila. So, those are, for example, the factors. Yun ang na-explore mo. And then, yung mga na-explore mo na yun, kailangan mong bigyan diin ng paliwanag. Kailangan bigyan diin ng literature mo. So that's exploratory. Now, the third is correlational. So paano correlational? Ang correlational research, kinukumpara mo ang dalawang subject. So like for example, bakit sa nursing marami ang lalaki? Okay? And then, ikumpara natin sa engineering. Bakit naman sa engineering, bakit sa nursing marami ang babae? O bakit naman sa engineering, marami ang lalaki? So you would try to have a correlation. So like for example, ano correlation na pwede doon? First, sa nursing, marami ang babae. Second, tapos sa engineering, madami ang ulit. First is, sa nursing, marami ang babae. Sa engineering, marami ang lalaki. Bakit? Correlational. Dito sa babae, dito sa nursing, kaya marami ang babae kasi tawag dito, pwedeng konti kasi ang lalaki. Dito naman, konti naman din ang babae. So, kung makikita mo, para lang tayo naglolokohan doon. But these are differences. Okay? So, ano pang differences? Dito kasi sa engineering, mas exciting. Kasi, ang lalaki, sabi nila, mas into mathematical. Dito naman, sa babae, mas into analytical. So, correlational. Meron kang kino-correlate. Meron kang pinagkukumpara. Okay? The fourth is, for example, explanatory. Kanina yung second, exploratory. Ngayon yung fourth, explanatory. So, ano pinagkaiba ng exploratory sa explanatory? Kung dun sa exploratory, meron ka mga na-identify na determinants and factors, okay? Dito sa explanatory, you will explain bakit may mga ganong factors. Okay, so like for example, init kasi sa babae ang mag-alaga. So explanatory, ang sagot, bakit init sa babae ang mag-alaga? Kasi they are anatomically created with hormones that is responsible for sensing care. So sa lalaki, bakit mas gusto nila yung mathematics? Explanatory, because they were created na mas functioning daw yung kanilang left brain, yung kanilang right brain. So mas into numbers sila. So yun explanatory. So those are the types of researches. So basically, meron tayong tatlong category na pwedeng i-classify ang ating research. So first, you have your inquiry. Under your inquiry mode, you have two, the quantitative and the qualitative. Quantitative is numerical, qualitative is narrative. Second is you have based from application mode. So application, you have pure or basic research, wherein you just simply want to generate knowledge. Applied research, which is you would like to test the validity of the applied of the generated knowledge. And then you have your objective mode, which there are four. First is descriptive research. Second is exploratory research. Third is correlational research. And fourth is explanatory research. Okay? So do you have questions on the types of research? Do you?
Wala po, sir.
Understood? Do you have questions? Okay. So kaya mas maaga kong diniscuss sa inyo yung types of research for you to be able now na kapag katapos ng klase natin ngayon, hinihinga na tayo ni Sir ng tatlong title na i-defend natin. Ano kayang title ang pipiliin natin? Paano ba natin siya gustong pag-aralan? Okay? Wala kayong tanong regarding that. Pero may tanong, kanina may tinanong ako sa akin na dati, which is a good question. Sir, pwede ba mag-coexist ang dalawang types of research sa isang study? The answer is yes. Pwede siya mag-coexist. Why? Because, remember, yung category naman kasi, yung type mo nakabase sa category. Kung ang gusto mo na mode ng inquiry mo is quantitative, edi quantitative. Pero kung ang objective mo lang talaga is to describe, edi descriptive, quantitative. So like for example, dun sa descriptive, gusto mo nga lang malaman yung bilang kung ilan. O si that is descriptive. Gusto mo lang malaman yung bilang kung ilan eh. That is quantitative because bilang nga, numerical. 'Di ba? So, pwedeng basic and then descriptive and then quantitative. Kasi like for example, kung basic, para malaman mo na, para makapag-generate ng panibagong knowledge, totoo ba na yung green ay ganito, totoo ba na green ang may pinakamagandang kulay para sa mga nagpapagaling? So descriptive, out of 100, 70 ang sumagot na yes. So that's descriptive. May number, that's quantitative. So pwede siya mag-coexist. Now, sir, pwede sila mag-coexist kapag interrelated categories. Pero kung nasa isa silang category, for example, quanti at qualitative, pwede ba mag-coexist? Pwede pa rin mag-coexist. Kaya lang, mas mahaba ngayon yung oras na mag-aaral ka o pag-aaralan mo yun. Kasi, hindi pwedeng sabay sila mangyari. Pwedeng simultaneous na mangyari, pero magkaibang team ang gagawa. 'Di ba? So, pwede mo silang gawin magkasunod. So, mas mahaba yung panahon at oras sa gugugulin mo sa paggawa ng study. Okay? Do you have questions? None? Sure? Walang tanong?
Sir,
Yes.
ano po, next week po kailangan po makatatlong title po kami.
Yes. As a group yun as a group. 4 sa isang grupo.
Ay po ba pipili, sir?
Ha? Hindi.
Kaya po ba pipili?
Kayo na pipili. Doon sa mga nakalima na, kailangan nyo magsuko ng isa.
Sige po.
Okay?
Sir. Ay, joke lang pala. Wala pa akong tanong.
Any more questions? Okay. Now, hello? Now, can you still hear me?
Opo, sir.
Oh, ang tanong ni Eunice, sir, ano po ulit nakalagay? Sorry po, mabagal net. Saan nakalagay? Ulit, hina. Sir Redondo, good afternoon po, sir. Pwede po bang makahingi ng format? Anong format ng? Okay? Redondo, you may add yung message kung ano yung format na hinihingi mo. Okay? If you're asking for the format of the thesis from chapters 1 to 4, then definitely hindi ako magbibigay. Kasi sabi ko nga, we'll do it per component. Okay? So basically, tatakbuhin natin from component ng title down to the introduction, down next to your background of the study, next to your statement of the problem, at isa-isahin niya natin siya. Okay? So there's no format to that because I would like to see how you do it. Because basically nga, nagdaan na kayo sa senior high school na may research, and that's the reason why I would let you to do it at I would let you na magkamali. Kasi kapag nagkamali, mas matatandaan. Kaya nga natin i-critic eventually. Kaya natin i-critic on the following week. Pag crititic natin, then we'll correct it on that. So kaya nga ang gusto ko, buong klase ay nagkikritik. Kasi kapag buong klase ay nagkikritik, okay, nakita, ganito ginawa sa grupo ni Redondo, mali pala yun. So babaguhin ko na. Diba? And that would not affect the grade na, sir, kasi amin lang yung nakita nyo na maraming mali eh. Sila kasi late nyo na sila na-critic, so correct na nila yung kanila. No, that would not change. That would not affect the grade. Okay? What would affect is the final output or yung final manuscript. Kung yung manuscript nyo ay despite of all the critics that we did, despite all of the recommendations and suggestions we did, hindi nyo pa rin ginawa or hindi pa rin kayo nakapag-meet sa deadline, and then that's a problem. Okay? Now, for your medical and surgical nursing, we will be meeting Thursday and Friday. That's specifically for your research. For Wednesday and Saturday, I will not be meeting you for this week only. Okay? Because I would leave or I will let you use the time, excuse me, the time ng Wednesday and Saturday para tapusin ang inyong PowerPoint of disease, your PowerPoint for your diseases, and of course, the written report. So I would be expecting that the written report would be available the week after. All of the reports. Clear?
Yes po.
Okay.
Opo.
Do you have any questions?
Sir,
Yes.
pag-present po namin ng report po namin sa MS, sir.
Yes.
Pwede PDF na lang po parang sa inyo or need po namin gumawa ng separate na PPT?
Kung pwedeng PDF na lang.
Opo. Or need po ng PPT talaga, sir?
I need kasi PPT kasi tawag dito. Actually, hindi naman talaga siya requirement. However, it would be part of your portfolio kasi of grading. So we really need a PPT. But basically, kung ano naman nakalagay sa PPT ninyo, parang yun yung overall ng mga written reports ng grupo ninyo. So, I would still ask you to have a PowerPoint presentation.
Sige po, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Questions? Tanong ko lang ha. Answer me with all honesty and genuineness ha. Lahat naman ng teachers yung nakaka-attend ng klase.
Okay lang po.
Okay, so you give me already the impression. Okay. So, yun lang kasi worry ko I'm hearing there are other teachers na hindi uma-attend or hindi nagkaklase talaga. But then it's their call. Hindi naman ako para mga alam sa kanila. Okay. So, kasi ang wino-worry ko lang, for example, there are times kasi actually isang beses pa lang naman, nawalan ako ng internet. So, yun lang yung worry ko. Baka mamaya, malaking kasalanan ko na kasi traumatized pa rin ako dun sa Jollibee Okay? Na hindi totoong nangyari. Sa McDo na hindi totoong nangyari. So, traumatized pa ako dun. So, kaya ako binabanggit sa inyo. So, if you have any questions na regarding that, uulitin ko lang the instructions for your research. We will be meeting Thursday and Friday, and you are to present your 3 titles na ide-defend, and the mode of defense na gagawin ninyo is, of course, you need to present a 1-pager written report for each of the title that ide-defense ninyo, which would include na bakit yun yung topic ninyo, why it's important, why it's a problem. Second is that how would you like it to be studied, and third, ano ba yung possible output na yun na makakaroon ng impact or makakatulong sa nursing profession natin. Okay? So that is research. So sa research also, nabanggit ko na yung magiging proseso natin. Sa medical surgical for this week, I will not be meeting you this Wednesday and this Saturday, but you need to utilize the time, okay, para gumawa ng inyong PowerPoint and written report of the diseases. Okay? So, para ma-check ko kung talaga may attendance tayo sa Wednesday and Saturday, please still provide the link, and then we'll try to have an attendance for screen cap, and then I will be floating the instructions. Same instructions lang naman din yung sasabihin ko yung ginagawa ko. Pero if you just have a free time, pwede nyo na siyang gawin outside of the oras ng MS. Para pagdating sa oras ng MS, konti na lang, puro polishing na lang gagawin niyo. Okay? Understood the instructions?
Opo, sir.
Do you have questions? Parang wala na, inaantok na kayo Hindi sanay sa gantong oras sa klase pag Questions? Do you have questions? None?
Wala po.
Okay. So, should you have any personal questions, pwede nyo ako i-message, ha? Okay. So that's all for today. Okay? And we will meet by, kaya tayo mag-meet. Mag-meet pa rin tayo ng Wednesday for the attendance. And then, after nun, sa inyo na yung oras. And then, Thursday and Friday for research. And then, Saturday for the attendance. And then, sa inyo na ulit ng oras. Okay?
Okay po, sir.
Okay. So, thank you. Have a blessed weekend sa inyong lahat. Bye-bye.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Pagkatapos ng klase, thank you. Nakaka-active, ha? Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.